Number 1. Thanos. Now Thanos may look like a giant purple eggplant, but trust me, he's not very tasty on a grill. Thanos is trouble with or without the Infinity Gauntlet. He has outwitted Avengers, taken on gods, and simply does not know how to quit. Snap those 6 stones onto his hand and it's game over. He could stop reality, rewrite time, bend minds, and warp souls, and overpower cosmic beings like they're in his way at the grocery store. He has erased half the universe, challenged cosmic judges, and fought Celestials, and walked away like it was no big deal. But here's the real trick. Thanos' true power isn't the stones, it's his will. He never stops. If Thanos wants something, nothing in creation can stop him. Except maybe his own arrogance. Usually he loses only because he decides to. Classic Thanos. This relentless drive stems from his origin as a warlord from Titan, a planet he witnessed perish due to overpopulation and the depletion of resources. This tragedy forged his twisted objective, to bring stability to the entire universe by wiping out half of all life at every level, no matter the cost. He truly believed that without this brutal culling, the universe would inevitably suffer the same fate as his homeworld. To achieve this balance, Thanos became obsessed with hunting down the Infinity Stones. He understood that the combined power of these artifacts would grant him the godlike abilities to enact his vision. Initially, he forged alliances, notably with Loki and Ronan the Accuser, to track down the stones he was looking for. However, these partnerships proved costly, leading to the loss of the Mind Stone and, more painfully, the loyalty of his daughters, Gamora and Nebula. Fed up with the ongoing failures of his subordinates, Thanos decided to procure the stones himself. He began by forcing Eitri, the Dwarven King, to create the mighty Infinity Gauntlet, knowing he would need it to safely wield the stone's immense power. His subsequent crusade was nothing short of ferocious. Thanos and his ruthless Black Order invaded countless planets, slaughtering thousands, including Loki and the Asgardians, in their relentless pursuit. This quest demanded unimaginable sacrifice, even forcing Thanos to tragically take the life of his beloved Gamora to obtain the Soul Stone. Despite facing the combined might of the universe's greatest heroes, including the Avengers and Guardians of the Galaxy, and enduring the wrath of Thor himself, Thanos ultimately triumphed. He completed the Infinity Gauntlet, and with a mere snap of his fingers, he achieved his goal. Half of all life in the universe was wiped out. Following this devastating snap, Thanos then took the ultimate measure to ensure his work could never be undone, destroying all of the Infinity Stones. It was only then that the remaining Avengers tracked him down on the planet 0259S, where Thor, in a final act of vengeance, executed him with Stormbreaker. Number 2. Ultron. Ultron is the nightmare that punches back hard. The Avengers could try to smash him, blast him, even drop a city on him, but this guy could just upgrade. Born from Tony Stark's best intentions and Bruce Banner's genius, using the cryptic code from the Mind Stone and Loki's scepter, Ultron was meant to be Earth's ultimate peacekeeping program. Instead, he became its extinction event. The moment the Mind Stone activated him, Ultron's noble directive to protect Earth from all threats got twisted into something horrifying. He took one look at human history through the internet and decided we were the problem. His solution? Wipe the slate clean and start over with just him and his Ultron sentries ruling over a lifeless planet. Sleep? Yeah, he doesn't know it. Ultron is the AI boogeyman who rebuilds from a thumb drive, hacks the internet, controls minds, and can transform any toaster or satellite into a murder bot. Super strength, flight, vibranium obsession, and let's not forget, a talent for quoting Pinocchio right before vaporizing a country. This isn't just another robot villain. Ultron recruited the Maximoff twins, raided Baron Strucker's resources, and even made a deal with arms dealer Ulysses Klaue to get his hands on vibranium. His masterpiece? The Doomsday Trigger, a fusion of vibranium and Chitauri tech designed to lift the entire city of Novigrad into the sky and drop it like a meteor, creating an extinction-level event. Give Ultron a single chance and he will drop a city from orbit to prove a point. Every time the heroes win, he gets smarter, harder, and scarier. Even when the Avengers finally destroyed his armies and Vision obliterated his final body, you just can't shake the feeling that somewhere, in some forgotten server, a backup file is waiting to boot up. The only thing worse than Ultron showing up is realizing he's already in your phone. Number 3. Hela. Hela doesn't knock. She kicks the doors off the hinges and redecorates with skulls. In fact, she's so opposed to doors that she probably considers them a personal insult to her dramatic entrances. The Goddess of Death is a cosmic cheat code who treats Asgard like her personal sandbox. When she arrives, even the gods are left scrambling. Odin's firstborn and forgotten daughter, Hela, was once his personal executioner and the commander of the Einherjar. Together, they carved a bloody path through the 9 realms, with Odin on Sleipnir and Hela riding her massive wolf Fenris. She wielded Mjolnir before Thor was even born, commanding armies and necroswords with equal mastery. But when Odin decided conquest had gone far enough, he locked her away in hell for millennia. The moment Odin died, Hela broke free with centuries of rage and a divine right to rule. Her powers are weapon generation out of nowhere, armies of undead at her beck and call, and an ego that could shatter Mjolnir with a squeeze just to remind everyone that the old rules no longer apply. She draws her strength directly from Asgard itself, making her nearly unstoppable on her home turf. You can't kill her with punches. Armies don't matter, and every soldier you drop is just one more for her side. When the Asgardians refused to bow, she massacred Odin's forces and enslaved the survivors, recruiting Scourge as her new executioner. When Hela shows up, you realize you're not fighting a villain. You're going toe-to-toe with death itself, and she's not here to negotiate. It took Ragnarok itself to finally stop her. When Loki unleashed Surtur to destroy Asgard, Hela went down with her source of power. But even then, you have to wonder, can you really kill the Goddess of Death? Number 4. Magneto. Magneto is not your run-of-the-mill metal bender. He is a chess master who brings the whole board to life. Whether he's ripping iron straight out of someone's bloodstream or sending satellites tumbling, Eric Lencher is a one-man natural disaster. Oh, that helmet? Forget fashion. It's a psychic-proof armor. Xavier's mind tricks bounce right off, which means Magneto always plays by his rules. He has toppled governments, led armies, and made the world panic. And every time you think he's finished, he comes back stronger. He isn't just an Omega-level mutant. He is the voice of never again. His conviction is pure unbreakable steel. Most mutants got cool powers. For example, Eric got the ability to turn every kitchen into a literal weapon store. You can lock him up, strip away everything, but you will never, never break Magneto's will. But even legends meet their end. Pruned by the time variance authority and cast into the void, Eric found himself in a realm where survival meant alliance. The Resistance became his final crusade, not against humanity this time, but against Cassandra Nova's tyrannical rule over the forgotten and discarded. In that wasteland of lost souls, Magneto's iconic helmet became more than psychic armor. It was a symbol of defiance, until Nova herself decided to end that defiance permanently. When the master of magnetism finally faced a superior level telepath, not even his legendary willpower could save him. She killed him with ruthless efficiency and melted his signature helmet into nothing, erasing both the man and the symbol in one brutal moment. The Resistance lost more than a powerful ally that day. They lost proof that even in the void, even at the end of all things, some people never stop fighting for what they believe in. Number 5. Onslaught. Onslaught is what happens when the universe has a nightmare. He is not just a villain. He is a catastrophe in psychic form, born from the conflicted minds of the Scarlet Witch and Magneto. This isn't your typical superhero showdown. Onslaught is the final exam, the monster under the MCU's bed. As a creation of artificial inhumans, he possesses nigh omnipotent abilities that make him the Avengers' greatest foe since Thanos. Incredible telepathy and telekinesis? Check. Metal manipulation inherited from his origins? Of course. Warping reality, erasing minds, commanding armies, and turning friend against friend. He has done it all, usually at the same time. Upon being born, Onslaught attacked the entire universe with such devastating force that he proved nearly unstoppable. When every effort to oppose him failed, The Avengers faced their darkest hour and made an impossible choice, turning to Thanos for help. The Mad Titan agreed to assist, but only if they released him from custody. Reluctantly, they followed Thanos' strategy. The only chance of defeating Onslaught was to turn his own astral energy against him using Chitauri technology to deliver an immensely powerful blast that would sever his connection to the astral plane. As Onslaught prepared to devour Earth and then the entire universe, the Avengers, X-Men, and Guardians of the Galaxy worked together to occupy the cosmic threat. Thanos, Thor, Wolverine, and Groot launched their desperate gambit. When Thanos released the energy blast, it did cut Onslaught's astral link, greatly weakening him, but the monster still held his ground. Star-Lord had realized the only foolproof way to eliminate the creature was for someone to plant a bomb directly against his heart. Thor volunteered, seeing Earth under his protection, but Scarlet Witch insisted she should be the one. She had created Onslaught, so she must fix her mistake. While the others maneuvered him into position, Iron Man, Thor, and Vision combined their attacks to temporarily melt his defenses. Wanda made her move, attaching the bomb directly to Onslaught. The monster warned that the explosion would destroy them both and asked why Wanda would so blindly sacrifice her life. Her response was simple: it's just what it means to be a hero. As she triggered the device, both Vision and Onslaught watched in horror. The bomb finally destroyed Onslaught for good, but left Scarlet Witch seriously injured and slowly dying. Meanwhile, Thanos escaped custody, having fulfilled his part of the bargain. The only way to stop Onslaught involved world-shattering sacrifice, heroic alliances with former enemies, and the ultimate price paid by the one who brought him into existence. When Onslaught is on the scene, the entire MCU hits DEFCON 1, and even victory comes at a cost that echoes through the universe. Number 6. Strange Supreme. If you thought Doctor Strange was powerful, crank the dial past dangerous and just rip it off. Strange Supreme is what you get when grief turns obsession into a black hole. In What If, he goes full Dark Wizard, shattering every mystical law just to bring back Christine Palmer. And when he gets going, he doesn't stop, absorbing monsters, devouring forbidden magic, breaking reality like it's his side hustle. I mean, he freezes time, steals powers, conjures unspeakable horrors, and even challenges cosmic beings like the Watcher for dessert. Strange Supreme is a cautionary tale, with tentacles. Nothing is sacred, and reality itself is just another tool in his desperate quest. He unravels his own universe, all because he can't accept a loss. Originally known as Dr. Stephen Vincent Strange, this version of Strange was the Sorcerer Supreme of his universe. After the tragic death of his girlfriend Christine Palmer in a car accident, Strange became consumed by a desperate desire to resurrect her. This obsession led him down a dark path, ultimately causing the destruction of his entire universe. He was later recruited by the Watcher to join the Guardians of the Multiverse, a team assembled to stop Ultron. After Ultron's defeat, Strange willingly accepted the Watcher's instructions to guard the trapped villains Arnim Zola and Eric Killmonger. However, this isolation only amplified his grief, driving him into madness once more. He began sacrificing other universes and their heroes to his forge in a twisted attempt to restore his own reality. You know, it's tough to focus when you're trying to resurrect a universe and keep an eye on two of the multiverse's most dangerous prisoners. Talk about multitasking. Though his plans were foiled by Captain Carter and Kahori, Strange ultimately regained his senses and sacrificed himself, his grief, and his life to bring his universe and Christine back into existence. His soul now courses through every atom of his reborn universe, forever shaping it. Number 7. Dormammu. Dormammu is the boss you never beat, only bargain with. He is the Dark Dimension's ruler, a cosmic tyrant who rewrites the laws of magic, time, and space for breakfast. Anyone dealing in sorcery knows Dormammu's shadow looms over every spell, and just being near him sends the universe's physics scrambling for a rulebook. Earth only survives because the Sorcerer Supreme keeps him barely contained, and victory usually means stalling for another day, not actual defeat. With Dormammu, every fight is overtime and he has got infinity on the clock. This interdimensional entity is not just a ruler. He's a primordial life form whose ancient essence has been altered countless times through the assimilation of other universes. His original form and even his own primordial dimension are now long forgotten, a testament to his unfathomable age and power. Wielding supernatural power of truly apocalyptic proportions, Dormammu relentlessly seeks to conquer every universe in the multiverse, with Earth being just one of his many targets. This ambition even gained him a formidable enemy in the ancient entity Agamotto. Dormammu's relentless pursuit of Earth's conquest led him to forge an alliance with Caecilius, a rogue member of the Masters of the Mystic Arts. Disillusioned with the Ancient One's ideals, Caecilius struck a deal with Dormammu. In exchange for the Dark Dimension merging with Earth, Dormammu would grant him and his zealots the immortality they craved. To facilitate this, Dormammu even lent some of his powers to Caecilius after he stole the Book of Cagliostro. However, Dormammu's plans were famously thwarted by Doctor Strange. Utilizing the Time Stone within the Eye of Agamotto, Strange trapped the cosmic entity in an endless time loop. Frustrated by this inescapable predicament, Dormammu was eventually forced to concede. He agreed to withdraw from Earth and take Caecilius and his zealots with him, all in exchange for being freed from the relentless loop. Number 8. Dark Phoenix. Dark Phoenix isn't merely a final boss, she is the ultimate challenge for even the most formidable adversaries. Jean Grey, already an exceptionally powerful mutant, becomes a cosmic entity with the Phoenix Force. She can incinerate planets, resurrect herself, and reshape reality with ease. Her abilities include profound mind control, telekinesis strong enough to move mountains, and a formidable form of immortality. When Dark Phoenix unleashes her full power, her allies often find themselves fighting simply to contain her, or hoping to slow her down. Overcoming her is never about outright victory. It's about enduring the storm and hoping she calms down before the universe itself is extinguished. Jean Grey's tragic journey to becoming the Dark Phoenix began at age 8, when her nascent telekinetic powers caused her parents' death. Professor Charles Xavier took her in, suppressing these traumatic memories and helping her hone her abilities at his school. Years later, during a rescue mission in space, Jean absorbed a powerful cosmic phenomenon. This event not only vastly amplified her powers, but also shattered Xavier's mental block, unleashing her suppressed trauma and causing her to lash out. After accidentally attacking fellow mutants and discovering her father was still alive, Jean fled, inadvertently injuring Peter Maximoff and tragically killing Raven Darkholme and several policemen in her uncontrolled state. Desperate for help, Jean sought Eric Lensher, but her escalating powers led to a confrontation with the US military and Eric's rejection. She then met Vuk, leader of the Dabari, who revealed Jean was possessed by a destructive cosmic force, responsible for their planet's demise. As Hank McCoy, feeling betrayed by Xavier, allied with Eric to confront Jean, a massive battle erupted. Jean overpowered them, but Xavier managed to break through to her, allowing her true personality to resurface. Though Jean wished to be free of the Force, doing so would kill her. After the X-Men intervened to save her from Vuk, both mutant factions were captured. During transport, Vuk attacked, forcing the mutants to fight back. Jean finally embraced and mastered the cosmic force within her, destroying Vuk and disappearing into space. The aftermath saw the school renamed in her honor, Charles Xavier's retirement, and a hint of Jean's enduring presence as a fiery phoenix appeared in the sky. Number 9. Kang the Conqueror. You can't simply outplan Kang. He already fought you next week. Kang is not your average time traveler. He is the multiversal god. The Avengers, Fantastic Four, even the Young Avengers, Kang has wrecked them all, sometimes simultaneously. His superpower is time itself. Tech from every era, legions from 1,000 timelines, and the ability to rewrite history if he's having a bad day. Originally known as Victor Timely, a scientist from the 31st century, he stumbled upon the multiverse's existence. He even joined the Council of Kangs, powerful beings who ruled over countless realities. However, seeing their destructive path, Timely rebelled, sparking the multiversal war and aiming to conquer worlds as Kang the Conqueror. Banished to the quantum realm, he briefly allied with Jeanette Van Dyne to rebuild his time sphere, only to be betrayed when she discovers his true nature. Undeterred, Kang used his time trapped in the quantum realm to build an empire in Exia. Years later, with Darren Cross under his wing, Kang orchestrated the capture of Ant-Man and Cassie Lang, holding Cassie hostage to force Ant-Man to retrieve the multiversal engine core. This engine was meant to allow Kang to escape the realm and establish a new dynasty. However, his plans were thwarted by the Freedom Fighters' revolution. In a final desperate duel against Ant-Man, Kang was ultimately shrunken and decimated by his own engine core. His demise, though, had unforeseen consequences, inadvertently alerting the other Kangs of the Council to interference in the multiverse, prompting them to take their own drastic measures. You're not fighting one Kang, you're facing an army of Kangs, each smarter and deadlier than the last. His genius, gear, and game sense make him the villain who literally cannot be outplanned. When Kang arrives, it's not a battle, it's a cosmic remix, and he's got the director's cut. Number 10. Galactus. Galactus the Planet Eater doesn't just conquer, he consumes, and heroes only hope to slow him down for one more sunrise. Fantastic Four, Silver Surfer, and Thor, they have all stood in his shadow. Originally known as Galen, a mortal from the sixth incarnation of the universe, he miraculously survived its end and was reborn in the seventh. This cosmic rebirth transformed him into the colossal entity we know, driven by an insatiable hunger for life energy, primarily found on planets. He famously used Silver Surfer as his herald to target Earth for destruction, a testament to his sheer power and the existential threat he poses. He wields the power cosmic, reshapes matter, and shrugs off god-tier attacks. He has survived the end of the universe, tanked hits from literal deities, and is as unstoppable as hunger itself. You can't kill Galactus. He is woven into the balance of everything, neither strictly good nor evil. His existence is a cosmic necessity, and most victories against him are just temporary timeouts. He is inevitability with a helmet, a cosmic being whose every appearance signals a universe-altering event. His close association with the Fantastic Four in the comics further emphasizes his complex and pivotal role in the cosmos. Number 11. Green Goblin. When chaos needs a hobby, it grabs a glider and puts on a grin. Green Goblin doesn't just crash Peter Parker's day, he rewrites the whole playbook. Our villain is actually Norman Osborn, a scientist who became a supervillain after experimenting on himself with a formula to augment a person's body to superhuman levels. He's Spider-Man's enemy, and a really green one. The second you spot that wicked grin and pumpkin bomb, you know Spidey's about to enter nightmare mode. No villain does psychological warfare better. Norman Osborn isn't here to rob banks. He's here to ruin lives, and he will stoop lower than the deepest pits of hell to get that job done. What makes him truly unstoppable? You can't reason with him, can't predict him, and even if Spider-Man wins, Norman just keeps coming back like a Halloween hangover. The worst days of Peter's life, of Gwen Stacy, the threats to Aunt May, and a whole tragic highlight reel stem from Norman. He's always somewhere in the shadows, pulling the strings, grinning in the dark. Green Goblin, empowered by an artificially enhanced physiology that grants him superhuman strength, durability, speed, agility, stamina, and reflexes, fights with an aggressive and methodical style. He leverages his heightened physical attributes to overpower opponents like Spider-Man, delivering powerful punches that send them flying, slamming them through structures, and breaking through obstacles with ease. Beyond his raw physical might, Green Goblin is a master combatant, engineer, and marksman. He utilizes a technologically advanced suit and an arsenal of self-created weapons. His primary mode of attack and transport is his glider, a true killing machine which he pilots with expert skill, using it to fly, store his weapons, and even impale enemies. He also employs deadly pumpkin bombs and super accurate razor bats that are better than the puny batarangs, and retractable blades on his gauntlets for close quarters combat. His fighting style often involves combining his physical prowess with strategic use of his glider and projectiles, making him a formidable and destructive force. He knows every button to push, every secret pain, and just when you think it's finally over, Osborn cackles his way back from the abyss. Spider-Man's curse, Norman's hobby. Number 12. Dr. Doom. All roads lead to Doom, especially the bad ones. There's only one Doom. He's Victor Werner von Doom, also known as Dr. Doom, a formidable enemy of not just the Fantastic Four, but also the Avengers. He is the villain who can outwit Reed Richards, battle Doctor Strange with magic, and rule a nation before breakfast. His arsenal is science, sorcery, and a mind that never stops plotting. The Fantastic Four are just a warm-up. Doom has got beef with the whole Marvel universe, from the Avengers to literal gods. As the supervillain and monarch of Latveria, a small technologically advanced nation in Central Europe, Dr. Doom's ultimate objective is to bring order to humanity, albeit through world domination. He is an unparalleled genius scientist and a powerful sorcerer, making him a truly unique threat. While the Fantastic Four, especially Mr. Fantastic, are his arch enemies, Doom has frequently clashed with a multitude of other Marvel superheroes, including Spider-Man, the Avengers, and even the X-Men. His ambition knows no bounds, and his intellect allows him to consistently challenge the most powerful beings in all of existence. But the attitude? That is what truly seals the legend. Thanos says, "Not worthy." Doom rips out his spine and shrugs. There is no fear, no second guessing, just a pure, unwavering belief in his own absolute supremacy. If Doom wants it, he will have it. End of story. Although typically portrayed as a villain, Doom has occasionally acted as an anti-hero, even working alongside heroes when their goals align, and when it benefits his own convoluted schemes, of course. He is a pragmatist, but one whose self-interest always remains paramount. And if you ever think he's finally down, trust me, Doom's just waiting for Act 2. So, after seeing just how overpowered these Marvel villains can get, I have to know, who do you think would actually win in a head-to-head? Drop your picks in the comments. And honestly, with the Fantastic Four movie right around the corner, we are finally gonna see just how strong Galactus really is. Plus, with Avengers, Doomsday dropping in 2026, you know everyone is waiting to see if we will get a sneak peek at what Dr. Doom is truly capable of. The way these showdowns go, anything could happen in the Marvel Universe.